PetVivo is developing a disruptive tool to manage osteoarthritis in horses, cats, and dogs. And with me is the CEO, John Lai, to explain where you're at. I know you've had a lot of recent developments, including a lot of kind of executive appointments lately that has seemed to really kind of jumpstart the company and done a lot. So bring me up to date.
Well, thank you. So the first thing is we signed a exclusive distribution agreement with MWI Animal Health. They're a wholly owned subsidiary of AmerisourceBergen, very large corporation. They do about $5 billion a year in veterinary sales in North America. And the agreement is not just for distribution. It actually has multiple components. One is the educational aspect to the veterinary doctors. They have a division called Siqueiros. So we'll be working on a whole series of educational videos and informational videos to the veterinary doctors on how to look at osteoarthritis differently than what they learned in veterinary school. Because in veterinary school, when they learn that you'd make a diagnosis of osteoarthritis, is that it's a lifetime of NSAIDs and other types of treatments that are targeted at more symptomatic issues, while our product is unique in the sense it's an intra-articular injection that treats the root cause of osteoarthritis, which is the bone-on-bone contact and wearing away. So once we get that message out there, it will really help drive the sales team. Internally, we had 4 salespeople, and they were all very seasoned, 25 plus years, managing hundreds of salespeople. And the intent is to convert them into manufacturer's rep, because MWI has 400 territorial managers and 300 in-house salespeople. So we'll be supporting and educating those people as part of training. So, and they do business with at least probably 90% of all the vets in the United States.
Yeah, that's a real game-changing partnership that you have with them.
Yeah, so it's a promotional, it's a true partnership. It's not just a distribution.
Yeah, and then now you have a new national sales manager, Mark, who I've talked to.
Mark Middleton, yeah, he's been with us since September, and he's been building up that team, and he was instrumental in getting us MWI because he had a really good working relationship with the business development people at MWI, and he knows a lot of the regional or territorial sales managers.
Yeah, we had a lot of background and experience in this industry.
Yeah, if you look at our team, the years of experience is probably close to 200 years, which is kind of, it makes everybody feel old, but I mean, our marketing director comes from Zoetis in Birmingham and Ingerheim. He's got 35 years in senior level management at that company, and then you got Mark with 35 plus years, and Cliff, our regional sales rep's got 35, Doug Gregory, and then Rachel, 25, 30 years. So the team is quite seasoned and experienced. So we're not reinventing the wheel, and we have made all the mistakes over the years. So it's been a really smooth transition into this partnership.
Well, and I feel like this is an industry too, and I think you and I have talked about this, that's very relationship driven.
Absolutely.
And so that experience helps with that. So.
Very much. And then now having the MWI reps out there that already have relationships set up with these vets, them bringing in the product, but not only the product, the educational support behind it will really help them. And then as on our website, you'll see we have several trials that are coming to fruition that will help support the marketing and the evidence of efficacy for the small animals, because the Ethos study should be done 3rd week of October of this year. It's way ahead of schedule, which is good.
So tell me about that study. That study you expect to tell you what?
So we're going to show that there's an improvement using our product versus a competitor's product, and we'll be able to show, and I think from real world experience that we have seen, because we have injected over 1,000 dogs and horses, that'll be significant. Because generally, when you're doing a trial, if you show 5, 6, 7% improvement, it's considered very successful. I think we're going to see that our improvement's in the 90-some percentile. So that's why I say it's a very disruptive tool in the management of osteoarthritis and other joint afflictions too.
Well, now's a good time to tell us about the product. What exactly is it and how does it work?
Sure. So we developed a protein particle matrix that mimics cartilage and tissue. It's naturally derived, so the base proteins. The two of them are collagen and elastin, and then the carbohydrate is heparin that we use. And we created a method where the matrix, it forms a matrix, and once it's injected into the joint, it actually forms a scaffolding. So there's improvement of that joint over time. Unlike other treatments, which is very short term, they inject, they got to redo the injection 30, 45 days, and it's more masking the symptom. So these particles are really wet and lubricious. So think about the more movement the dog has, it's actually cooling down the joint because the lubrication is continually lubing the joint like cartilage would have done if you have healthy cartilage.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah.
And right now it's horses and dogs and cats.
Horses, dogs, and we will be bringing the cat product on. And recently, an exotic bird vet injected the first cockatoo because they lived like 90 years or 85, 90 years. If you have a bad leg, that's pretty bad. This is only 2 legs in a cockatoo, so he injected it, and I think the bird's doing well. I mean, it was like 2 or 3 weeks ago, and the reports have been pretty good. So we're getting a lot of strange animals that vets are using it on to help, the quality of life. We have a manatee that got injected.
And I believe there was a tiger too. You told me.
Yeah.
Once, right?
2 white Siberian tigers.
Okay.
Yeah. Seattle Zoo that are doing phenomenal. So it'll be interesting if we decide to do a TikTok video with the tiger.
That's a great marketing idea.
I know.
Actually.
I know.
So, and you started a nonprofit too.
Correct. It's called PetVivoCares.org. So it's targeted to donate product to nonprofits that are out there helping people and animals. So, we've been contacted by some horse rescues that are used to help children with autism because the studies have shown when they ride horses, they're actually able to communicate better and function much better in society. It makes them feel comfortable and so on. So I think that study was done at Utah State.
Okay.
So I think that's going to be one of our first donations. We set aside 500 syringes, and we're telling worthy nonprofits to submit their application and explain why and what they're doing to help people and animals, and then we'll be donating it out. And that also provides an opportunity for passionate people about animals to see the success of the product. And it also gives us access to volunteer veterinary doctors that we may not get to right away, but they'll be able to use the product and see the success and improvement of the animal. And so we're excited about that program. I brought in a really good director to run it, Scott Harold. He's run a lot of nonprofits very successfully, and for fun, and he's donated a lot of money to a lot of good organizations.
Yeah. Well, let's do another interview after you get the results in October.
Sure.
That would be a great, update to everything. So thank you so much.
Perfect.
Come back in.
Thank you.
Thank you.